Hello, good morning, friends. Welcome to LeggLife, and welcome to Sitka, Alaska. So this is the view from the ship where we are tendered. You can see absolutely beautiful mountains around us. Sitka is one of the prettiest towns in all of Southeast Alaska, without question. Now, let me kind of show you where we are going in relation to the town. You can actually see one of the orange tender boats up there that is heading kind of toward that bridge. So the airport in Sitka is over kind of there to the left. The downtown part of Sitka is right over there. So that tender boat is going to one of the docks over there, which is primarily where we will spend most of our time. There is a hill right up over there, which is actually where the transfer of Alaska from Russia to the United States happened. Sitka was Alaska's first capital, kind of a cool fact. There's an amazing totem park kind of back sort of over here that we might walk over and check out. We'll have to see. It is rainy and drizzly. It's not horrible, but very excited to get out and check out more of Sitka today. Also, can you imagine that being your house right there? Like, you wake up in the morning, you make your coffee, and then you just sit in your living room that is basically just all windows and stare out of the ocean. Yes, please. Here we go, off to the tender boat. We are loading up. Next stop, Sitka. Excited? You can see the Odyssey in the water out there. So it was a long tender ride into town. So right here's a map of downtown Sitka. You can see over here kind of where we are. And some of the things we want to do today, Castle Hill, which actually is right there. That's the hill where the transfer of ownership from Russia to the United States happened. Definitely gonna go up there and see that. The St. Michael's Cathedral is beautiful. It's right in the middle of town. We're definitely gonna go see that. So we're just gonna kind of walk around and explore a lot of the downtown stuff. But I think stop number one, we're going up Castle Hill. Okay, Sherry, what did you just say?
I just asked if he thought we might see Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock.
In the movie The Proposal?
Takes place in Sitka.
It takes place in Sitka. It was not filmed in Sitka. So I doubt we're going to see Ryan Reynolds or Sandra Bullock. So the path up Castle Hill are just kind of these switchbacks. It's really well maintained, nice paved path. Also, this raven is just like, so you're not moving, huh? Okay. We have made it to the top of Castle Hill, and you can see all the way around, they have different signage talking about what happened here, talking about the transfer of ownership. So as far as historical spots in all of Alaska, this is one of the most important.
Pretty big one.
It is a big one. So here's a good view of kind of the downtown Sitka area up here from Castle Hill. That's where we're gonna go exploring today. And one of the things I appreciate the most about Sitka, and I really do love this, is that of all of the towns in Southeast Alaska, Sitka really does kind of limit the amount of cruise ships that it allows to come here. Yesterday in Ketchikan, I think there were 5 ships in. You will never see that in Sitka. Sitka has put a limit because, not because they don't want tourists, they actually do, but they don't want to lose the feel of the town. Sitka has a real community feel, just kind of a real small town feel, and they don't want to lose that by having the town be overrun by thousands and thousands of people. So, you normally will see one, gosh, maybe 2 ships in here in Sitka. But kind of what we saw yesterday and what you see sometimes in Juneau and other towns, that doesn't exist here in Sitka. Which I do really like because it does maintain that, I don't know, that real Alaskan town kind of feel. And here you go, in this place, the first 49-star American flag was raised on July 4th, 1959 by a color guard from the first battle. So that's when the state became, or that's when Alaska became a state, and there was the first 49-star flag. And the first American flag was raised by a color guard from Company F 9th Infantry to signify the transfer of Alaska from Tsarist Russia. On October 18th, 1867, the Russian eagle ceded its perch on this hill to the American eagle. You know, I think we mentioned a couple times, I was actually here in Sitka for work a few months ago. And as somebody who was raised in Alaska, has lived here most of my entire life, it was actually really cool to visit this site. I've heard so much about this space, obviously heard so much about the purchase from Russia, and so to be on the hill where it happened, it's pretty cool. We are making our way down Castle Hill. There are a set of stairs kind of along the backside that take you to a street with some really great shops. Okay, so we just got to this little area downtown, but I want to point this out because this is hilarious. Of all the things that we've seen so far in Sitka today, Sherry's the most amazed by the fact that they still have what?
A Radio Shack.
They do. They still have a Radio Shack. So this is the Pioneers Home. We actually have them around the state. It is like our senior center, kind of a senior home. But look at this. There's a Pioneer Home gift shop on the first floor with items made by their residents, and sales benefit the residents. Right outside of the Pioneers Home, they have this awesome statue called the Prospector. And this is something we have not seen a lot of in Alaska so far this year. Flowers. Where we live in Anchorage, it is not quite yet green up and spring, so it's nice to see some flowers. And we've decided to actually stop into the Pioneer Home gift shop. Check out what they've got. All right, so I want to show you guys the gift shop here in the Pioneer Home. It's way beyond what we expected. And here's what's so cool. So I'm just going to use the puffin as an example. They actually have a ceramic studio downstairs. So all of this is made on site. And look at the puffin, amazing. Also, the prices are unbelievable. $10 for that. You can see the killer whales, $8. Look at this little humpback whale. I love that. Just all sorts of different kinds of art, all sorts of different products. Really like the totem right there, and this bowl as well. And I've got to tell you, we traveled all over Alaska. $15 for something like that is an unbelievable price, and the funds from it go to support the work here at the Pioneer Home, go to support the program. This is super cool. Did not know this existed till we saw the sign outside. And I've got to tell you, if you're coming to Sitka and you're looking for something that is unique, authentic, goes to support something really important in the community, a souvenir to take home that is actually made in Alaska, definitely come check this place out. Okay, I'm officially obsessed with this gift shop, and I'm so obsessed I'm actually going to a local bar that has an ATM because it's cash only and I have some cash, but I don't have enough cash for what we're wanting to buy, so I need to go get more money. I found an ATM at a local bar, and now back. Also, how funny is that? An ATM at a local bar to support a gift shop at a senior center. And I didn't show these earlier, but Sherry is buying the Blue Dragon. $25. Look how cool that is. That is actually going to live on the sill, the office sill in her office, or the windowsill in her office. All right, we have left with more stuff than we planned on buying in Sitka today.
Right.
But it's stuff that is going to go so great in our house. And to be honest with you, and your office, and the prices, I cannot get over the prices.
I can't either.
Handmade ceramic stuff for, I bought a whale that I'll show you later when we get on the ship. It was $15.
Insane.
And it would have been so much more at any gallery.
I wouldn't have blinked twice if it was 75.
That's exactly what I would have expected.
For 15.
And the money gets to go to support the residents here.
Yep.
It's so cool. The lady who was working in there was so nice.
She was delightful.
She moved up here when?
She was 12. Her dad was an engineer, and they needed engineers for the pulp factory up here, like paper factory. And so he moved himself and his wife and his 6 kids up here.
From Minnesota, right?
From Minnesota. Yeah.
She ran a quilt store.
She's been here ever since.
She's ran a quilt store here in Sitka for years and years. And that, you guys, if you're coming to Sitka, and like I said in there, and you want something that really is unique, is really made here by Alaskan seniors, and the funds go to support their life here, this is the place.
Yeah.
Next stop is another store, and this store actually is one that means a ton to us because one of our Shop 49th stores we helped during the pandemic, and super excited to stop in. I was here before. Sherry has never been here. One of the things I appreciate about the seller is that a lot of their designs are not typical gift shop stuff, like just the Sitka, Alaska design there. The, Sitka by the Sea, like Stanley style tumbler. Just a lot of different Sitka, stay salty. You guys know that every time we travel, we bring an ornament home. And so we found them here at the cellar. They say Sitka, which is perfect. We want something that normally says the town we're in. So now the decision is up to Sherry on which one comes home with us. All right, so I'm not sure why we're in the bra section, but But Sherry saw sparkly slippers, and so now we're here. I can tell that they're soft. Your face lit up as soon as you saw those. Okay, so one thing about Sherry and I, if there's a section of hilarious like stickers, hilarious sayings, just different funny things, we are gonna stop. OMG, Susan, I have so many problems. Thank you for asking. Sherry's got the Ooh David, which is so good. And then I like this one. Dear Jolene, on second thought, you can have him. And then look like, I'm sorry for what I said when you were stupid. Oh my God, it's so good. We've made our purchases at the cellar. Now, no surprise, across the street to a bookshop. Basically, this cruise vlog series is just Sherry going to every bookstore in Southeast Alaska. Very cool bookstore. And in the back, they have a coffee shop, which is perfect because we have not had coffee today. Look at all of the Alaska books. One of the things that Sherry and I have been talking about doing is eventually doing a reading list, like our suggestion of books for your Alaska vacation or Alaska cruise, just our favorite Alaska books. One of them that will be on there is Kristen Hanna's The Great Alone. You said it was heartbreaking?
Heartbreaking is very, very hard to read, but it was beautiful, beautifully written.
Well, our streak continues. Happened yesterday in Ketchikan, happening today. 2 books, one for Sherry, one for me. Her book, The Rom-Com Agenda, and my book is called Falling. One of the books is about a pilot whose family was kidnapped and he's told to crash the plane to save his family. And the other book is about romance. Which do you think is Sherry's, which is mine? So they do have a little tent out here that is selling king crab. I know a lot of people come to Alaska and want crab. You can see you can get a 3-ounce bite for $15. You can get a leg, $69 by the pound. They have smoked king salmon, smoked black cod. They have a king crab and lobster bisque. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. And look at that. Right here in the heart of downtown Sitka is St. Michael's Cathedral. And I'm actually excited. Inside is open. And I have never been inside this church. And you can actually see it was established in 1837. Your donations will help support the native clergy throughout the Diocese of Alaska. St. Michael's Cathedral was the first Russian Orthodox cathedral built in America. The church was beautiful. I had no idea that it was the first Russian Orthodox Church in Alaska. There were a lot of people in there. So we have learned that there's also a celebrity ship that came into town. So there's 2 ships today, which is a big cruise ship day, kind of as I said earlier, for Sitka. So places, lots of people. And here is the back side of the church building. We have not eaten yet today, and we are going to Pelmani. We have one in Anchorage. There's one in Juneau. It is one of our favorite snacks. Okay, so this is what a pelmeni is. It is a little Russian dumpling, and they top them with melted butter, a sriracha vinegar, cilantro, curry powder, and then you have sour cream on the side. Sherry and I get ours almost the same way. You just get yours with the sriracha on the side. This in Anchorage is one of my go-to places downtown. I just love it. They also have one in Juneau as well. So if you're in Sitka, Juneau, or Anchorage, find a pelmeni, get them. It is one of the best local treats. We're out walking around, and look, there's the Aspen Suites Hotel. That's where I stayed when I was here. Also, I promise you, Sherry's gonna stop and get a photo of these purple flowers. Because
Well, now I'm not going to.
now you're not going to. Yeah, you are. You really want to. Nice try. We stopped here at Highliner Coffee. All right, Highliner Coffee was delicious. Sherry's still working on hers. The rain is continuing. It's one of the things, though, you've got to know when you come to Southeast Alaska, you hope for the best, you prepare for the worst. And here's the thing, this isn't even the worst. This is like an above average drizzle. So yes, it's raining, but it is not downpouring.
Not pouring sideways.
It's not raining sideways. So we're fine. We are not letting that keep us from doing stuff. Our next stop here in Sitka is going to be Harrigan Centennial Hall. So we're gonna go walk through the hall, and then we're gonna go to the Maiden Sitka Market. So Centennial Hall plays a lot of roles here in Sitka. They have the Sitka Museum in here. We're gonna go check that out here in a little bit. But even as you walk through, there's just lots of history, lots of historical photos all throughout the building. It is also like their conference and event center. In fact, Sherry, fun fact, when I was here for work, this is the building that I spoke at. And right here in the lobby is the Sitka History Museum. So we are gonna go check it out. Looks like the first section we come to is Lost at Sea, Ships and Shipwrecks of Southeast Alaska. It's fun.
Not really when we're on a ship.
Okay, well, yeah, sure. Not really when we're on a cruise ship. But, okay, touche, Sherry. And then over here they have some carved ivory. These are actually really amazing. So this is baleen. Actually, this is baleen. We have some in our house. Baleen, there are two types of whales. There's toothed whales and baleen whales. And this is in their mouth. Basically, there will be fibers on this. And what happens is that the whale takes in a bunch of water and then closes its mouth and pushes all that water out. And the fibers on all of these hundreds and hundreds of like rows of baleen keeps the food in. It almost acts like a filter, keeping the food in but pushing the water out. And that's how it eats. So you see the baleen all over Alaska. The kind we have at home is just big long pieces with carvings and etchings on it. But also, sometimes baleen is used even to make baskets.
Because it's very strong.
It is very strong. So, yeah, look at that. Encounter Sitka, Land of Plenty. So here is St. Michael's. That's the church we saw. Sitka is also well known for its totems. They have an amazing totem park that I went to and walked through last time I was here for work. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful totem piece from approximately 1948. So the museum's covering both the native history of Alaska as well as then moving into the Russian history of Alaska as well. And this is talking about the transfer from Russia to Alaska. You can see, again, October 18th, like we saw earlier on Castle Hill, Americans, Russians, and other RAC. RAC is the Russian American company staff, and Alaska natives gathered to witness the formal transfer. And here's what's amazing. There's a journal written by Captain George Foster Emmons, contains a first-hand account of the transfer ceremony. And there you can see a copy of the check in the amount of $7.2 million that the United States purchased Alaska for. This is absolutely beautiful, this copper piece. Holy cow. And you can see lots of different art around this museum as well. And I don't know that I said this, but the museum was, I think, $5 an adult, and well worth it.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
It definitely does a good job telling the story of the history here in Sitka, both like ancient and modern. And so yeah, good place to walk through. Now continuing to walk around Centennial Hall, you can see another piece commemorating the transfer to the United States. Obviously, that really is one of the biggest things about Sitka. When you think about the history of this part of our state, this town specifically, the first capital where the transfer took place, that's why you're seeing so much of that here around Sitka. It's just, it's such a cool part of our history. Look at all them chickens. I'm not even sure anybody's gonna get that reference, but it made us laugh, and that's what matters. We're now going to the Made in Sitka market, featuring local artists and vendors. However, we didn't vlog in there because there were a lot of like small local artists, and you don't always want to show their work if they don't give you permission. Sherry did buy one thing that is amazing. And when we get back on the ship, we'll give you like a full haul. We'll show you all the things we bought in Sitka, because we bought a lot more than I expected to.
Yeah, we did.
You see, it looks like the tide is kind of out because a lot of the beach is exposed down here. Our cruise ship, you can just kind of see the back end of it sticking right out there. But look at this, like, look at that house, just right out there. Unbelievable. And here's the Sitka Public Library. That's like the best views of any library I can imagine. All right, so we decided to hop into a local bar and continue our Alaska tradition. We are doing duck farts, the most famous drink ever invented in our state. It's not a trip to Alaska, or for us, home to Alaska without duck farts. So a duck fart is Kahlua, Irish cream, and Crown Royal, or some kind of a whiskey. Almost always here in Alaska it's Crown. You can see layered right there, and all you gotta do now, cheers. One of the last things we wanted to do here in Sitka, mail the postcards that we have. Done. And as you can see, we're kind of back to where we were earlier. The Pioneer home is right there. And we're making our way back to the ship, or back to the tender area. But we wanted to come down here and get a photo of this totem. And here's a better look at the totem. Going all the way up. Pretty amazing. As we walk back to the ship, we're passing this building right here. Beak Restaurant. I ate at last time, or B-E-A-K. I'm actually not sure which it is. And it was amazing. It was so good. And one thing I didn't notice, this house is also the home of Raven Radio. The call letters for Raven Radio, caw. That's so perfect. Just like that, we have made it back to where we're gonna pick up our tender boat and head back out to the Seabourn Odyssey. You can see we have a tender boat coming in right now. The wind has for sure picked up, so we might be in for a little bit of a rocky tender ride back to the ship. Just like that, back on board. It's dry inside.
It's dry.
That's nice. We came to Seabourn Square to get coffee, but they have this out promoting the show tonight. We are so excited to see this. We're back in our stateroom, and we took off our rain boots, and it was that thing. You guys know this feeling. Yeah, when you take off rain boots you've been wearing all day, it's just like, oh my gosh, feels so nice. And just taking off our raincoats and being inside in a space that is warm.
Dry, my hair
dry.
is wet.
It was, you know what, hold on, let's talk to Sherry. We're gonna have a little sit down chat with our coffees. This was one of the ports you were most looking forward to.
Yes.
And obviously rainy.
Yes.
But how was it?
Did not disappoint. It was beautiful. It's a beautiful little town. What a setting. I mean, it's just like surrounded by mountains. And honestly, I mean, I think that it's probably beautiful on a sunny day, but a rainy day kind of makes that like foggy effect with the mountains. Oh yeah, where you can be like different, almost like contrast. It's beautiful. We didn't plan an excursion, which kind of did our own thing. There are several things you could do here in Sitka. There is I think it's like the Fortress of the Bear. It's like a bear sanctuary that's close by. A lot of people do. There's like I said, like the Totem Park. You can check out a previous video here on the channel where I went to Sitka and did that. We decided against that because it was about a half-mile walk in the pouring, very cold rain. And we thought about taking a taxi out there. If it was, here's what I'll say, even if it was just not raining, we would have walked. Yeah. But the half mile wasn't really the thing. It was the half mile in the very cold, wet rain. Yeah. So we kind of hung around the main downtown area. Yeah. But the main thing I wanted to see was Castle Hill, which is cool, right? Just like the historical significance. That was really neat. And then walking through the Sitka Museum, which I had not done before. That was really cool. Was fun. And yeah. The bookstore. We did a lot of shopping in Sitka. In fact, the next thing we're gonna do, I think, is give you a haul. Because we got a lot of things. And I want to say, if you're going to Sitka, in my opinion, there's two stores you got to visit. There's the gift shop in the Pioneer home. Whoa. Yes, I am so glad that we stopped there. Initially, Adam was just gonna cross the street and like take a picture of the statue, and I was like, oh, I'll come too. And then we noticed that it was like, there was like a gift shop inside, and we kind of discussed, and we're like, well, I guess we'll just go in. We'll just see. I was not hopeful or optimistic. I didn't know what to expect. It was amazing. It was, and I'm telling you, these are the best prices I've found on Alaska items anywhere in the state. I felt bad for how little we were paying them. I felt bad for how little we're paying them, and I also felt bad that there was a part of me that wanted to buy everything they had. Yeah. Like, I just wanted to sell it out because it was the best. I mean, really, things that would be really nice gifts for people for just dollars. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. So, and I love that all the money goes right back downstairs, she said, so they can get more of the art supplies, and it just... Yeah, I love it. Super cool. Yeah. Okay, now,
let's give you a haul of all of the stuff we bought in Sitka. All right, so here is our Sitka haul. Let's start on the left. We'll start with the books. I already showed you those. Those were from, what was it called?
Old Harbor.
Old Harbor Bookstore. These two things right here, I just wanted to get just a little, basically, thinking of you from Sitka for our stateroom hostesses.
Because they've been fantastic.
They've been so good, and so I just wanted to get them just a couple little chocolate bars and then write a nice little note to them, put on the bed tonight. I'd love to just kind of pick them up something small in each port town, just as a thank you. You guys saw Sherry's dragon.
That, did not unwrap the whole thing because you did actually see it previously in the video.
$25.
$25.
I don't understand. I don't understand. We found this magnet that is the Big Dipper, which is on the Alaska flag in the shape of a heart. $8. Made in the Sitka's Pioneers home. Sitka, Alaska. And then look, on the edge even says Sitka, Alaska.
I love it.
So cool. We found...
the very first thing I picked up.
This was the first thing Sherry picked up.
This little otter.
You are a sea otter girly.
I love sea otters, and I never get tired of watching them. From cruise ships, from whale watching tours, from anywhere we're at. They're just the cutest little things.
And we have a shelf at home with just like a lot of miniature little things like this that we pick up from our travels. And so that's going to go on there. This, $6. I, again, don't understand. This we got, oh gosh, I just knocked your sea otter over. Los Cientos. This is the ornament we decided to get from the seller. So that is going to be our Christmas ornament from Sitka. This, okay, we actually found this. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Outside of the Centennial Hall, there was a little girl. She was, well, not little. She was like 16. She had a table that basically said, I've made all these items. I'm trying to raise money because there's some Bible camps I want to go to this summer. And first of all, how do you, like, you're going to spend money, right? Like, we're buying something from her. And she had this, and I just thought it's so cool. Inside of a clamshell, it's got the starfish, the little clam. Sitka, Alaska 2024. Do I have any idea what we're going to do with this? Nope. No idea.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I thought it was so cute. Other things we got from the seller. We got Fueled by Fireweed Dreams and Coffee Beans sticker.
Yes, we did.
Sherry got the Ooh David sticker. Sherry got the Oh my God, Houston, I have so many problems. Thank you for asking. Which is so funny. I got a few Inside Passage postcards. Perfect. I'm going to show you this next. Look at this. This was from the Senior Center as well. Now, I'm going to turn this around. Handmade, hand-painted ceramics from here in Sitka. How much do you guys think this would be? Like, just what do you think the cost of something like this, if you saw it in a gift store, would be? I think Sherry's right. If I saw this for $75,
I'd be like, that's a steal.
I'd be like, yeah.
$150 is probably what normal cost would be.
$15.
$15.
This was $15.
And you know what this reminds me of?
What?
The whale statue in Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, yeah. We saw that earlier this year. Anyway, look at... Oh, my gosh. Sherry's throwing stuff. There's that. Now, I want to show you these. Last thing we bought. Well, last thing Sherry bought. We have never seen this before. So, in the middle, hanging out... First of all, cool, like, octagon or hexagon shape there. In the middle are these, like, purple...
Spikes.
Yeah, spikes. And it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, what are those? Sherry, tell me about this. Okay, Sherry's walking away.
I picked up my phone.
Oh, I was like, all right, Sherry's gone. Sherry, what are these?
Those are, I took a picture of it.
Okay.
Sea urchin spines.
So, the lady here gets, hold on one second, let me show you. She makes sea urchin spine jewelry.
And she said that's their natural color, which is why they're all different colors, because every spine is kind of slightly different.
So they have different, some of them are lighter, some of them are darker, some of them have different, like, just whatever. And so she gets them and makes them in jewelry like that.
That's so cool.
That's I've never seen that before. So you guys, the craziest thing here is that all of this was less than $150. I don't understand that. That's amazing. So we got some stuff for us. We got some stuff for stateroom hosts. And I just could not be more thrilled. I'm so glad you got this. The dragon. It's going to look so cool in your office.
I'm so excited.
All right, there it is, our Sitka haul. So the next thing we have is in about, hold on, let me check the time, an hour and a half. We have the, Sherry, what's it called? It's like a caviar something.
Beatles and caviar.
The Beatles and caviar. Apparently, one of the things that Seabourn does in like tropical locations is like a caviar in the surf kind of experience. Well, There is no real beach surf environment here in Sitka, Alaska on a rainy day. So they do this, I think either out on the pool deck or inside if the weather is too bad. So not sure if it's gonna be outside or inside, but it is supposed to be just like champagne and caviar and fancy falutin kind of stuff. And the house band is gonna be playing Beatles songs. Beatles and caviar, our next thing here on the Seabourn Odyssey. But we do have like an hour and a half, so we still need to get dressed up for that. But I think we might take a little bit of time and just relax, maybe read and rest, warm up from the cold outside, and then we'll start getting ready for the evening. Holy cow, do you guys remember earlier, like you could see the whole mountain, like it was still cloudy, but now, and even like over in town.
You can't even see town.
Yeah, that's insane. Well, I guess we shouldn't complain about the weather earlier today because it was better than this for sure. We are ready for the Caviar and Beatles party and an evening. And look at Sherry Beth. You look so pretty, Sherry. The shoes. Let's see them because these are your favorite.
They're the slipper shoes. They feel like I'm just wearing slippers.
Every time you wear them,
Very
you're just so happy.
Yeah.
There's only one problem with that dress.
It's too long.
Well, no, okay, so I guess there's two problems with that dress.
Oh.
No pockets.
Oh, there's no pockets. Most of my dresses do have pockets. This one doesn't, which is obnoxious because I'm always like, whoop, there's nothing there.
So, I'll be carrying Sherry's things tonight.
Yes.
You look amazing.
Thank you. And speaking of looking amazing,
ta-da!
look at this guy.
I decided to go.
Snazzy, snazzy.
I decided to go bow tie, sans jacket. So I don't have a jacket that I feel like fits this well.
Right.
But I am wearing my hat.
Yeah,
but
you are.
Don't worry, for all of you out there, I will take my hat off at dinner. I'm learning.
Yeah,
so hat will come off at dinner. But you guys, I'm loving bow ties.
You look really great.
Thanks. I love you. And before we leave the stateroom, I do want to show you we have started to move. So we are officially leaving Sitka, Alaska. But I do want to point out the clouds that way look a little bit lighter. So maybe we'll get lucky. Tomorrow we're in Glacier Bay. I don't need it to be sunny. I just want the clouds to be high enough so that we can see the mountains and the glaciers. Again, don't need sunshine, just need higher clouds. And as we get ready to get on the elevator, we looked out this window and saw, oh, it's much more clear on this side. But this is what Sitka looks like, a town surrounded by all these little beautiful islands. Ooh, scotch or bourbon? Oh gosh. Look at the oysters. Look at the caviar now. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I didn't vlog any of the Beatles music.
No, because we were chatting.
We made a friend, and she was amazing.
She was amazing. So we ran into her and her sister, who was the actual onboard comedian.
Today in town.
And she had a couple chairs free, and so we asked her if we could sit, and so we were just chatting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it basically ended up being like an hour-long conversation,
Yeah.
which was great.
It was great.
I will say, I had the oyster. You did not. You don't like oysters on the half shell. They were amazing.
Were they?
They
You
were
had the
great.
caviar, too.
And I
What was
also
that?
had the caviar.
I did not have any of that.
Because you're not a big fan of that either. So this event was really all about me.
Well,
And oysters on the half shell, all you can eat of them, and caviar, awesome.
you love oysters.
I love oysters.
How were they? They were good?
They were very good. We decided to have a little pre-dinner sushi appetizer and sashimi appetizer. We've got tuna, shrimp, barbecue eel, and then just 4 little pieces of spicy tuna. I could totally get used to pre-dinner sushi appetizers. Oh, so good. Also, how about this? Just like paddles full of shots of tequila? Or, I meant vodka. Sorry. This isn't our Mexico cruise. It is dinner time. We're having dinner tonight in the restaurant. Look at how wonderful this is. They gave us our own table over here by the window. Very nice. Now let me show you what the menu looks like tonight. So if you remember from night number 1, kind of explained this, that the inspirations are new every night, and then they have classics. So I'll just show the inspirations since I showed the classics before. Spice crusted fresh tuna, Roma tomato and mozzarella caramelized sea scallop, beef short ribs consomme, butternut squash soup, red oak leaf lettuce, and then Mizuna salad with fava beans. So those are the appetizers, and then again, the classics they have every night. Now for the main course. The inspirations are, the chef special is a duca crusted chicken schnitzel, pan-seared fresh local sole, grilled jumbo prawns, pan-seared veal tenderloin, herb crusted rack of lamb Dijonnaise, and a 3-cheese tortellini, and then a red beetroot and broccoli quiche, and of course, the classics as well. All right, Sherry Beth, you know what you're gonna get?
I think so.
What's that?
I'm gonna do the caramelized sea scallop.
Oh, the scallop, okay.
And the 3-cheese tortellini.
Oh, so I don't think we showed this first night. They do come around and they offer you 3 different types of bread. Well, actually, I think more than that. They have a seeded roll, an unseeded roll, a baguette, and then like a, well, yeah, so whatever Sherry got, it's kind of just like a normal piece of bread, sort of. Yeah, delicious. And of course, a little sourdough. Oh. And of course we have wine glasses on the table. I'm not sure if we're gonna have wine yet, we'll figure that out. And these breadsticks that I devour basically every single night. Sherry said I'm not allowed to break this in half. Blue walrus teeth because we're on an ultra luxury cruise.
You're the worst. Oh my gosh.
Doesn't mean I still can't have fun at it.
Oh, wow. And this is our view from dinner. The sea's rolling tonight. Very big waves.
Sherry and I got the exact same appetizer tonight. We both got the sea scallop, and it's on risotto. Look how delicious it is, and look how great it looks. So I went with the lamb Dijonnaise. It is cooked absolutely perfect. I asked for a medium rare. Look at that.
And I went with the 3-cheese tortellini, and it smells amazing.
We finished our meal, and it was amazing. Now the hardest decision of the entire night, dessert. So here's the dessert menu for tonight. You can see we have the cheese tasting plate, if you want that. They have gelato, sorbet, frozen yogurt, vegan gelato. The sauces tonight are butterscotch and chocolate. Then the desserts. Oh my god, peanut butter, dark chocolate bar, strawberry soup, a caramelized banana split. How do I choose? I couldn't decide between one, so I got 2 desserts. There were 3 that I wanted, so I actually feel like I did pretty good only getting 2.
Yeah, I got one that's interesting.
You got a strawberry soup.
A strawberry soup and a white chocolate parfait.
So we'll show it when it comes out, but I don't know what to expect from that. So it may be an ultra luxury cruise, but it's still that cruise dessert life. This is the peanut butter bar, the chocolate peanut butter bar. This is, I don't even remember. Oh, it's the banana split with like caramelized peanut butter sauce. And they always bring you like the 4 bites, the petite fours, which basically is just like 4 little bites of different desserts. And Sherry, that is what the strawberry soup,
White chocolate parfait
looks like. Ah, it's dessert time. Just got back to our stateroom after dinner. You can see the bed's all made up. And we have our Glacier Bay map for tomorrow. We have our little Glacier Bay kind of handouts, which is awesome. Dining guide, breakfast, hangers if we want it. And then, of course, the Herald with all of the activities that we have tomorrow on board. Just walked out on the veranda. It is 8:15 p.m. and you can see still super bright. Now, the waters that we're in, well actually the waters that we're in for the whole cruise, but especially the next couple days, for sure are places that there's whales. There are places that there are places that we've seen whales before. Whoa. On previous cruises. The problem with right now, and the way the water is you can see all sorts of white caps. And when you're looking for whales, you're kind of looking for that disturbance in the water, whether close or off in the distance. And so it's hard now because there's just so many different white caps. It would be hard to see the splash of a whale if it breached. It could be hard to see like the blow of a whale if it came to the surface. But that doesn't mean we're gonna stop looking. It's crazy. Okay, we changed into something more comfortable, and by more comfortable, I mean a shirt with Sasquatch on it. We have about an hour until the evening show, which is that Tim Rice show that we're excited about. So, I think what we're gonna do is grab our books and go down to the library, Seabourn Square area and read. It's really funny. We have this beautiful stateroom. It's gorgeous. And we've hung out in here a bunch, but when we want to just sit and read, we've mostly been going other places. I don't know, it's just something about it is great to get out of your stateroom and just go sit somewhere and read a book. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. This little group of chairs has basically been our home, our reading home. You can see they've got the blinds closed. It's very just kind of dark and quiet and peaceful. All right, we should talk about this. So we are in, this is the main, basically the main lobby area. How long do you think we've been here?
Half an hour.
Half an hour or so? The entire time we've been here, has there been a single person that has come over here in this entire section?
No.
Not one. There are some people that are over kind of over there, but nobody has come over here.
Oh.
It's one of the biggest surprises for me on Seabourn so far.
There's still 400 or 500 guests here. I don't know where they all are.
And it's not just here, but it's been that way the whole cruise.
There's always places to go that's secluded.
And whenever we've probably taken the elevator, let's say we've taken the elevator 15 times. I bet 3 of them,
I was gonna say 3.
There's been people in there with us.
Mm-hmm.
There's never a line for the elevator. There's never a wait. You push a button, it comes right to you. It's empty.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just at dinner, there's always tables and space. In the shows, there's always seats and space.
Yeah.
And it's not like I said, it's not like the ship is empty. The ship is mostly full.
Right.
But it just feels like there's always so much space.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the things I did not expect, but I'm not gonna lie, I love it.
Because I think there's 400 or 500 guests, but I feel like they have seating for 1,500.
Well, not quite that.
I feel yes. I think of all the seats here.
Oh, you mean if you're counting every seat
every
on the ship?
Open seat that's on the ship.
Okay, that's fair. Sure.
There's always places to sit and always places that are
always
quiet.
We've never once even come close to having to fight for a seat.
No.
Yeah, pretty amazing. But it is now 9:16. We have 14 minutes until the Tim Rice show starts.
Right below us.
Which is 1 floor below us. So we are going to take our books, walk down there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it is time for the Tim Rice show. All right, so when we first walk in, you can see it says Sir Tim Rice. The show is called A Circle of My Life.
The Circle of My Life.
The Circle of My Life. Thanks, Sherry. And you can see it showing some of the artists on here he's worked with, from Cerebrellis to the show Evita. Obviously, Aladdin, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. So, super excited to see the show.
We wrote Jesus Christ Superstar for the theatre, but no theatrical producer at the time wanted anything to do with the idea. So we made a record. And the record was the reason Superstar became a hit.
I was the one who had it all. I was the master of my fate. I never needed anybody in my life. I learned the truth too late. I'll never shake away the pain. I close my eyes, but she's still there.
Running around, trying everything new, but nothing impressed me at all. I never expected it to. I from Argentina, and you'll never be done.
There is far too much to take in here, or to find that can ever be found.
Moving high over the South
stateroom. The Tim Rice show, let's talk about it.
It was so good.
So Tim Rice, obviously famous lyricist. Powerhouse. And the thing that surprised me the most, of course, here's the thing. You know that his stuff is amazing.
You know the music's going to be phenomenal. Like, you know that's going to be great.
But here is the variable you don't know. Can the singers sing such big songs?
Right.
Some of Tim Rice's songs are powerhouse songs.
Very big songs.
And they, like, Seabourn, killed it.
Big voices and phenomenal dancers.
Like, I am very surprised at how good the show was today.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our entire day.
Okay.
How was it?
It was a good day. I really liked Sitka, even though it was very cold and raining.
Is it a town you would want to go back to?
I think so, yes. I would like to explore a little bit more. I think we said before, we ended up not going to the Totem Park because it was pouring rain and cold rain. It was like 40-something degrees. It was just a cold rain. We were soaked, and I just didn't want to walk anymore in the rain and then have to walk around outside at the park. I was cold.
You were ready to be inside and dry.
Yes.
So we came back to the ship.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is Glacier Bay.
Yeah.
Which we've been to twice before, and it is always a highlight of an Alaska cruise.
Yes, I am curious to see if it's different on Seabourn.
What do you mean? How would it be different?
Because it's such a smaller ship.
Oh, as far as like closeness to the glaciers and stuff?
They can get a little bit closer than some of those really big ships.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll know tomorrow.
Yeah.
So friends, we love you. Thanks for hanging out with us. It was just another unbelievable day. It continues to be, I mean, we're going to give a full wrap-up, like, review at the end, but this for sure continues to be the best cruise we've ever gone on. Yes,
we did want to mention, I don't know if you can get the curtains here.
Oh, yeah, let me show. Hold on one second.
The boat is rocking tonight. I don't know if it's going to show up, but like I don't know if you can see the curtains.
Yeah, they're moving.
And the whole ship, like you can feel it moving.
Yep, so going from Sitka to Glacier Bay, they did say that we're going to be out in some open water, and probably we get some movement tonight.
I think he said waves at like 2.5 meters.
Which I have no idea what that is.
A meter is a little over 3 feet.
Okay.
So quite large waves that we're going to be up against, and you can feel the boat moving a lot.
Yeah, not the worst we've ever felt by far on a cruise, but definitely this is the roughest seas that we've had so far on this cruise.
Yep.
So with that, we are going to lay down in bed, and one of two things will happen. The rocking of the ocean is going to lull us to sleep, and we're going to sleep like babies.
That's my guess.
Or the opposite.
Or we're just going to like fall out of the bed.
Or we're just going to roll off the bed outside and wake up on the balcony.
Well, I mean, the door's closed. But.
I bet we sleep good. Friends, we love you so much. We'll see you on the next LeggLife video.